In this video, you're going to learn how to use cruise control inside the Genesis G90, which works in other Genesis cars as well. And there's only a single type of cruise control available, and that's going to be the adaptive or the smart cruise control system. So you set it at, let's say, 60. If the car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. They change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed instead. In order to use the cruise control system, it's done with the buttons along the outside here. So you can toggle the system on this way. It's not going to work because I'm parked right now. So you have to be driving for it to work. And it's going to set you at your current speed, at least 30 kilometers an hour or 20 miles an hour. Initially, it'll take you down to a full stop though. But from here, once you've got your speed set, you can increase or decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. You can push and hold up or push and hold down to increase, decrease at larger increments. You can hit the brake pedal to cancel or pause. You can push the button in the middle here to cancel or pause, and then you push in again in order to resume your previously set speed. There's also a gap adjustment here, and I want you to think of that like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, for how close or far you are away from the leading vehicle. I'm personally okay level 1 most of the time, but you might want to be on 2, 3, or 4, just depending on your own comfort level and your own reaction speed. There's also this button here. There are a few different icons inside of the cluster screen here. So a light tap is going to be your lane follow assist versus a push and hold instead is going to be the lane markings with the car, and that's the lane keep assist. And the difference between the two of them, the long push and hold with it being the keep assist, if the lane markings are recognized, these will go green. With the keep assist, if you start to veer over into another lane without signaling, it actually will nudge you back into your lane. Versus the follow assist, residential streets, that'll go green. Highways and interstates on your page here, so your driver assistance page, these will go green. And the car is not self-driving, but if you lose focus for a brief second, rubbernecking, etc., it keeps you perfectly balanced, so it can take you around bends and things like that. If you lightly grip the steering wheel, you'll actually notice that the steering wheel is actually turning for you. It's not going to fully complete a turn, like if we're going across the street, whatever the case may be, but around bends and things like that, that's where this system comes into play. Inside of the infotainment system, if you go to your setup along the outside, vehicle, driving assistance, and then driving convenience, that's where you get into smart cruise control. So it can automatically adjust based off of your driving style, but you can adjust out the following distance this way or this way instead. You can also control the acceleration or the reaction speed. So let's say if the vehicle slows down because the car in front of you started slowing down, how quickly does it start to accelerate, and what is the reaction speed there as well? There's no traditional cruise control, so your option here would be to just drop down to level 1 there instead, but I personally find either 2 or 3 tends to work pretty well. There's also the option for highway lane change assist. Where that one comes into play is that if it's available, what you'll notice is another icon pop up in the cluster here. It's got 2 lane markings that are green with arrows pointing each way if it's available for a lane change either side. If it's available, you hit the turn stalk to go left or right. It'll check to see if there's anybody in that lane and automatically change lanes for you. It's a phenomenal system. Now, the way that it'll change is based off of whatever's happening. So if you can't move to the right, you wouldn't be able to turn to the right. But otherwise, it'll go left versus right and take everything into account. So there's somebody's in your blind spot, etc. It's not going to let you turn. But it's a phenomenal system. So let's go through a little live demonstration here, and I'll show you how the system actually works. Oh, this car is absolutely beautiful though. All right, this is actually perfect. So right now I can set my speed and it's going to set me at, there we go, so I'm going 35. If you're coming up to a red light and there's nobody in front of you, you have to brake yourself. So the car is not self-driving from that perspective, but it can bring you right down to a full and complete stop. And it does have some limited stop and go capabilities. So after a few seconds, you'd eventually have to push up or hit the accelerator pedal. But watch this. If you're not paying attention, it'll let you know. You can push up at any point in time to be able to set a new speed. And I'm on a 50 road right now, so I can push and hold up in order to get to 50. Again, increasing, decreasing, 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. There are 4 different gap adjustments that are available. So again, how close or far are you from the vehicle in front of you? The driving assist system, so the lane follow assist, it's recognized. So you can see there, the lane markings are green. Like I said, the car is not self-driving, but if those lane markings are recognized, it can keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. At any point in time, you can pause the system, push in again in order to resume. You've got that gap adjustment available there. And I mentioned you hit the brake at any point in time. You'd then have to push up in order to resume your previously set speed instead. Now, there isn't traditional cruise control, so you can use it like traditional cruise in a sense. So at any point in time, you can accelerate. So if the car's not picking up fast enough, you can accelerate yourself. If the car in front of you, let's say if somebody cuts into the lane and starts braking, you can then brake yourself and then just push in the middle in order to resume your previously set speed there again. And as I mentioned, as you come to a red light, you do have to fully brake yourself instead. If you want full walkthroughs though, so you want to know how to use all the different steering wheel buttons, go through the cluster screen, the head-up display, or the infotainment, you'll find full walkthrough videos down in the description of this video. But that's how you use the cruise control system inside of the Genesis G90.